Hello everyone, welcome. Don't do these kind of videos often, but I felt like this needed to be addressed from my point of view. So when was this? When was this posted? When was this posted? 6 hours ago. This was like 6 hours. This wasn't actually that long ago. It's like 12 o'clock. So this was posted at 6 o'clock. My time. I'm gonna watch this. What's the video? Oh, it's right here. Is this the video? Oh, hello. Family Files lawsuit saying Roblox Discord failed to protect. Well, if I'm gonna be honest, I get that some of these people are really smart and some of these kids are really stupid. That was wrong for saying it, but that's the hard truth of my point. Hi, catwalk on keyboard. Okay. Well, hello. Oh, and they went my webcam. Rip that. But this is from WBJ, WDBJ 7. I don't know where they're at. On April 13th. This was actually not that long ago. Actually, that was a while ago. Actually, I take that back. Is this Roblox accused of being hunting? That is true. That is not an accusation. That is 100% true. Roblox is a hunting. Oh, hey, here's the video. Let's watch this.
Welcome, I'm Dave Bazuki, founder and CEO at Roblox.
That's how you say his name, Bazuki. I did a mock recording before this, and I said Bazowki or whatever.
And you're
Bazinski.
listening to Tech Talks, where we talk about everything that's happening at Roblox. We have a fast follow today. We're joined again by Matt Kaufman and Eliza Jacobs from our safety and civility team.
Want to point out that this guy himself looks like a pedophile.
Hot on the release of facial age estimation, trusted connections, and a slew of other things. We are going to give you a real-time update on how that big release went. We're going to dive into some new things we're releasing. We're going to chat a little about what we're doing with vigilantes on
Vigilantes. Let me go here and look up a vigilante, because I actually don't know. Also, haha, funny background. Grievous. A member of a self-appointed group of citizens who undertake law enforcement in their own community without legal authority. While yes, Schlepp does not have legal authority, he is doing Roblox a favor. A vigilante is he. Let me think this through. Well, yes, they are technically right that they do not. He does not have Roblox's permission, but that doesn't mean. Let's say I go to Discord, right? I'm in Discord and boom, there's this random guy messages me out of the blue. They claim to be a 15-year-old lady from Missouri. Let's just say that's where I live. No. They message me. We get talking. I have being smarter, being on the internet for 5 years, almost 10 years now, actually, now that I think about it. Actually, it is 10 years now that I've been on gaming consoles and all that stuff. But on the internet, it's probably been 5 years. I am smart enough to know that this person is probably a pedophile. Now, a 10-year-old kid, probably not smart enough to understand that this person is not your friend. This also goes down to parents needing to here, let's go back to this. Needing to learn to smarten up your kids on internet safety before you buy them a whole computer. Now, my parents didn't have to worry about that because I was smart enough to know that I should not Why should be cautious on here. But if you know your kid has never touched a game console, never done anything, and they have just now gotten onto an online game, what I would do personally is I would inform them saying, if somebody asks to meet with you in person, tell me before reporting. That's what Schlep does. Is he doesn't take it into his own hands by meeting them and then arresting them or killing them, beating them or whatever. What he does is he helps Roblox making their platform more safe and also reporting it to the police before he reports it to them. Because he says, quote, I don't think he's actually said this. I saw this on a thingamabopo. Where is it? Sorry, I'm very tired. It's like it's almost 1 o'clock. So, but what Schlep has said, his posts. This is the official document that Roblox has emailed to him. They say facing corporate retaliation after his viral predator catching videos, leading to multiple arrests and exposed systematic failures in the. He is actually helping Roblox make their more platform safe by explaining, by by showing these flaws. He helps Roblox make the platform better. But because Roblox has banned him, they are now completely blind to um their flaws. There's actually a lot of flaws when it comes to this. So let's go back to this.
Roblox. We're going to go a little over the future of our AI platforms as well. So,
AI, why are we using AI? AI is not reliable. AI is not a reliable source when it comes to safety. I would use personal moderators.
buckle up, sit back. We have a lot of
Don't tell me to buckle up. Don't tell me to sit back.
information, and we'll give you an update on some of the open source AI tools that we've released as well. Matt, Eliza, thanks for jumping back in with me today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Dave.
Hey, we just got back from Washington, D.C., where we were hanging with a lot of people sharing
I wonder who he was hanging with. P. Diddy?
our vision and our safety roadmap. And we are live now with a bunch of tech we've been working on for a while, including trusted connections, facial age estimation.
Facial age estimation. I have a problem with this. Why? Also,
And
bad frame. Bad frame to pause on. um, what if they just get a picture of a child's face, print it out in a high quality, put it up to the camera? What are you gonna do then? People are really smart, you know. They know how to bypass this stuff by using AI. AI is not reliable.
more really
Anyways,
health related things for users on the platform. How has the release of age estimation gone? Are people using it? Is it doing what we're
no, nobody is using it.
hoping it will do?
Yeah, I can start off with that. First of all, we launched something called Trusted Connections. We did that about a month ago. And what it is it's a way for our users who are 13 and over to have more authentic conversations with their friends and people they know in real life.
Notice
And in order
Notice how he sends friends and not connections. Because earlier they were saying, "Oh, but we're gonna name it connections because that makes it more safe." But you just said friends, so what you've just said contradicts what you've done.
to access that, you have to go through a facial age estimation, which lets us take a picture of your face and you move your head around a little bit.
Estimation. Somebody could, like a little kid who a 10-year-old who is going through puberty early could look like they are a 13 to 15-year-old. That's the problem. A 18-year-old, if they are short like me and have a baby face, they could look like they are actually a 13, a 10, or an 11 to 13-year-old. So how are you going to deal with that?
And we can get a pretty good idea of how old you are. And that lets us ensure that the product is only available to our users who are 13 and over. And when we talk about more authentic conversations,
And with this, I do agree with this. That is a good update. Making it to where you can't just lie about your age. To where you have to actually go through an actual thing. And that way you can play these games. That way you can play the games that are more violent, like, what's that one game that, like, I was talking about that just Scorched Earth, Phantom Forces, I think, is a little bit of one. It's got more cartoony violence in it, though. So it's not as bad. That's about all the ones I know. Oh, here we go. I could probably look, actually. Yeah, because Phantom Forces, it has mild. It's repeated violence. And Arsenal. Let's take Arsenal for. Actually, BRM5. BRM5 is a good one. BRM5 has moderate violence, which has blood, light, realistic, freeform user creation, preset violence, and repeated moderation. They have also done a good thing by banning games and banning users that lie in the what was that called? Maturity rating. There we go. I'm smart.
what we mean by that is unfiltered chat, text chat, and unfiltered voice
With unfiltered chat, they need to do better at that. There's ways people get around that.
communication in our party system.
And I think you're saying it nicely, Matt. When I've been on TV, I've explained that up till now, for example, if you wanted to call me a butthead, you couldn't do that
If you wanted to call me a butthead, you couldn't do that. Man.
on Roblox. And there's a lot of 15-year-olds who we feel it's okay for
I feel like I'm getting personally targeted here.
them to call each other a butthead,
I don't call anybody a butthead. I call them morons.
and there's actually a deeper reason for allowing 15-year-olds to call each other a butthead on Roblox rather than anywhere else. Can you share, what our motivation is for that?
Maybe Eliza can talk about what's age appropriate.
Yeah.
Notice how he didn't want to talk about it.
I think what we're always trying to do is have products that are age and developmentally appropriate for our users. So in this case, if you're calling your friend that you know in real life a butthead and they know that you're joking, but you've done that
Now here's the problem with this. Bad frame.
through facial age
Really bad frame.
estimation
Okay.
and trusted connections, then we don't
Just
really
gonna
think
keep
there's
going.
a safety risk there, right? Whereas if we're calling
But how could you know if they're their friend? They could be somebody who wants to meet up with them. How are you gonna know that?
someone in a game server butthead and they know that you're joking, but you've done that through facial age estimation and trusted connections, then we don't really think there's a safety risk there, right?
You could easily put, like, a young kid could easily put some random person on trusted connections, and then they start talking sexually to them. That is a huge flaw.
Whereas if we're calling someone in a game server a butthead, maybe that's a bullying issue or a harassment issue.
Bullying, so calling somebody a butthead, man, then they need to deal with Phantom Forces toxicity.
So we're really trying to be contextual in our policies and keep everyone's.
Well, that's not the only bullying that they need to deal with. There's a lot of toxicity in some games, like Phantom Forces, Arsenal, pretty much any PvP game. The Hood, that's a big one.
Safe, but also not prohibit things that are really developmentally appropriate for kids to be
Calling somebody a butthead is not bullying. Calling somebody a butthead is cringe.
engaging in with their friends.
Yeah, and so with facial age estimation, we're not going to allow 11-year-olds to call each other a butthead, but
Why not? It's not a swear word. Maybe mean, but get over it.
there's another benefit that's really subtle, and I share this when I'm in DC. We are trying to keep people on our Roblox platform, not as much.
Well, by banning Schlep, you've actually removed hundreds of thousands of users by doing so because they feel that the platform is not safe anymore.
Always because they're driving engagement. But there's some unique things about our platform. All the text, all the voice is filtered for critical harms. We don't allow real time
Yeah, like that time you guys banned me for no reason when all I was doing was playing soundboard alerts because they were funny.
image sharing. And those are things where we may see people try to go off platforms when we don't want them to.
That's right. Yeah, we would prefer that people stay on Roblox and participate.
So you're telling me you don't want people to use Discord even though you got many games that kind of rely on Discord so that they're more safe.
And talk with their friends on Roblox rather than going off platform. And so we're trying to make these contextual tools available
So basically they're trying to turn into the next Nintendo Switch.
to encourage that.
Arguably, Roblox has one of the most creative, passionate communities in the world.
That's such a lie. That is a huge lie. Take Jailbreak, Meep City, for example, those bathroom games, Phantom Forces, and pretty much every other game. Holy toxicity and holy sexual themes. I know Jailbreak has a bunch of toxicity in it. So does Meep City is a sexual game. Mad City isn't too bad, but it's pretty bad.
We have over 100
Too
million
bad, but
daily
not
active
real bad.
users. We did something that was arguably controversial because we're thinking about the future, where a feature that was really in the very first spec of Roblox almost 20 years ago, which was a feature called Friends. We renamed that to
Why?
connections and trusted connections.
Actually, he's fixing to tell me why. Why did you do that?
I want to highlight there's a lot of back and forth inside the company around this. I believe it's really a great move for us.
I think it's a terrible move because it looks stupid.
Do you guys want to riff on why we made that move? And I can add on some of my thoughts.
So Fortnite should make their, instead of having uh friends, they should have a connections list. Doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
About it.
Doesn't know how that even goes into your safety. How does that make your platform more safe?
Sure, I can start. I think when we think about the generic term friends, what we realized it was being used on Roblox and honestly on other platforms to reflect people who you knew really well. They might be your child.
Nope. That's your best friend if you know him really well. Friends are people you have mutual agreement with. Like people at my school. I consider them friends, not close friends, but friends because I share mutual agreement with them. Overwatch. He is not a close. He's okay. He's a decently close friend, but I don't. He's not a childhood friend. I've known him for a good 2 years now, but that doesn't mean he's a childhood friend. He's a friend who shares mutual agreements with me. Let's also take Alex for example. He's one of my newer friends. Um, we share similar agreements. We share like the same games. Oh, we like the same games. Oh, you like this game? I like this game. Same with Jamie. He likes Brick Rigs. Is he like my best friend? Yes. Um, let's take Vought for example. I don't think I've done a video. Maybe I have done a video with Vought. I think I've done a few streams with Vought. Vought is not a close friend to me. He is a friend who shares mutual agreements in shooting games and all that other stuff. That is where your statement is horribly wrong. Oh, okay. I guess I can't.
childhood friend, and also somebody who you may have met once playing a game and you thought, maybe I'll just add you to a.
Here's the thing with that. People who do that, they add them because they made a connection. Okay, now they realize that, oh, you share the same interest as me. Let's be friends. Let's see if we can find more games that we have the same interest in.
List.
It's not like they're like, oh, you're my childhood friend. You're my best friend.
And we thought that that really wide spectrum of relationships wasn't really
I'm sorry to pause it again, but holy, this is 43 minutes. I will only cover like the first 10 minutes of this, and then you can watch the rest of it. I am not going 43 minutes because I'm pretty sure I'm already 20 minutes into this recording. But another thing is, with connections, you could say the same thing about connections. Oh, you're my best friend. You're a connection I have. You could say the same thing. So, what's the point? Naming friends to connections doesn't do anything. Fortnite isn't. I'm always using Fortnite as an example because they have a good safety measures on theirs. They aren't gonna name their friends list to a connections list because that's stupid and it doesn't help. It's not gonna help get the pedos off your platform.
well
I hate to break it to you, but it's not.
described by the word friend. So we introduced the notion of trusted connections, and then everybody else who
I have never seen a trusted connection. I haven't seen it on Roblox yet. Maybe it's a new thing. Maybe I just haven't seen it yet. Maybe they haven't implemented it yet, but I haven't seen crap.
is a regular connection. And this idea of trusted connections is we know more about the relationship between the two people. We know that both people have really opted into that and said, hey, like this is something that, I really want to become a trusted connection. I want to have more of this unfiltered free communication with.
So, here's the problem with that. A pedo could quarks, no, manipulate somebody into that. So, how does that help? Okay, you know what? Funny mic time. How is that gonna help? Huh? How's it gonna help? Funny.
Want more funny, Mike? Oh, no, that's the wrong voice.
How is that gonna help? A pedophile can literally manipulate a kid into saying, we're best friends.
Like, okay, this is the pedo voice.
This is the pedo voice. Hey kid, we're really good friends now. We've known each other for a little while.
And then this is the kid voice. Oh, yeah, mister, we know each other for a while. I could trust you as a trusted connection.
And then boom, they are added as trusted connections. And then what you gonna do now? Because now they have that
Unfiltered relation.
There we go.
With. And so it just provides an extra level of transparency in those cases.
Yeah, and I would say a lot of people are thinking that they have a lot of friends on Roblox, and we're not
I
trying
do
to
have a lot
get
of friends,
away
actually.
from this. I think this stems from a future vision. Some of the people on Roblox are going to be my business associates, but not my friends, and
Business associate is crazy.
some of them may be a parent or a sibling, or someone maybe some other thing. So I think part of this is a future vision of having a wider taxonomy of the people. And
What is a taxonomy? Taxonomy. The branch of science condensed with classification, especially with organisms. What? What does that have to do with anything?
not really making any assumption about those relationships, although we do realize the passionate community, this was a tough one, and we appreciate them understanding us.
No, everybody's against you. What do you mean we've understood it? Everybody's so pissed off at you.
Hey, there's another thing that I think is going to be live when this goes live, and that's sensitive issues or sensitive topics. Um, this one's man, this one also took a lot of thought within the company, and we shared a bit
Mm-hmm.
on this whole notion that even in a very tight knit community, or in the United States or the world, for younger players, there is a range of topics that it's almost like we can't find a unanimous decision on what's appropriate for them.
Will you get
Elijah,
to
I
the
know you
point?
led the charge on
Will you get to the point, please?
this and we're very thoughtful. Can you share a bit more about the vision here?
I have no idea what he just said. I was listening, but I just have no idea what he was talking about.
Sure, yeah. This launch was really about giving parents more visibility and more choice into the things that our youngest users are engaging with on the platform. And one of the things we know about our community is, we have a global UGC community of creators that, as you said, are just explosively creative.
Now, here's the problem with this. With UGC creators are uh something that are really, really weird. Um, that was weird. I don't know why I said that. I was trying to go into something like, because she started talking about UGC, and I was gonna go into like how they banned a bunch of guns off of this. And it was kind of dumb. Cause I spend money on those, and I'm mad. Anyway,
But what that means is that for super sensitive topics, that
God,
families might have very different
let me pause this real quick.
opinions
I need to get something to drink.
on, or might want to approach with their kids in very sensitive ways. We
I think it's just funny that they think banning a vigilante was a good idea.
We just can't guarantee that that stuff is
Actually,
handled in a
I wouldn't even
developmentally
call
appropriate way on the
Storm
platform.
vigilante.
And so we're giving parents the
He's
choice
not
to either enable
actively
access to games that
policing.
are
Okay,
primarily themed on those topics or not.
he's not actively trying. He's trying to help keep the platform safe. He's trying to help make sure children aren't exposed. That is a good deed, and you're gonna also you're gonna punish him for that good deed. Vigilantes are people who take policing into their own matter. For example, if you've watched Rebel Ridge, that's a vigilante. That's a good vigilante in this case. The guy from Rebel Ridge is a good vigilante because I've actually seen the show. It's a really good show. You should go watch it. It actually explores, and it's not even like about race. It's not about racism as much as it is about corrupt cops. Which I'm not denying that there is corrupt cops. I'm just saying that the media has kind of like flipped that into being like every cop is corrupted. Not denying there is corrupt cops, just saying not every cop you're gonna run into is gonna be racist and corrupt. Anyways, that was off topic. Back to this.
That's in the parental controls now. It's their default unavailable for U13s, just to start from a place, in our safety centric vision of being a little bit more restrictive, and then let parents go in and
That house seems like a very AI generated house. Is that just me?
change that if they feel for their family and for their kid. Roblox is the place to engage in any of these topics. And, we're not taking a stance on any of these topics, and we know that they can be handled in appropriate ways and in schools and with trusted adults. But we really want to put that power in the parents' hands.
So if you want to put it in the parents' hands, but why would you? I guess I don't entirely get what they're getting at here. Because if they're saying they want to put more power in the parents' hands, actually, I don't get that. Because you could basically be saying that the parent is a vigilante if they're having to deal with this. So I don't. It doesn't make much sense to me. Maybe it makes
And
sense to you,
I
but it
think
doesn't
one
make
of
any
the
sense to
things
me.
we really thought
It's
long
weird.
and hard about inside the company is default on or default off, really, for younger users, whether the
Default on. What is that? Is that a new setting that I don't know about yet? Hold on. Phantom Forces settings. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? Oh yeah, birthday. Haha. You get to see that. What are we talking about exactly? Oh boy, can't show that. Here we go. This is new. Parental controls. Add a parent. Add permissions. Blocked users. Account activation and deactivation. Trading and inventory. Connections and contacts. Now here we go. I'm gonna go to connections. Trusted connections. Huh. You know we're gonna play an episode of Dora here.
Do you see a connections? Wait, I'm gonna set.
I'm gonna set it up. Wait, no. Alright, here we go. Ready?
Hola, soy Dora. That's a terrible voice changer. That's
You know what? I'm doing it. Without Dora. Alright, here we go. Hola, soy Dora. Do you see trusted connections on this screen? No? That's right. You don't. Because they don't know what they're doing. Anyways. Back to the point. Whoopsies.
default behavior is, hey, go get your parent and allow you to see this, versus if parents don't like it, turn it on.
Well, what if your parent's stupid? What if your parent just doesn't care? For example, take all those 5-year-olds from COD. Anyway. That's as much as I'm going to go through with this because I am tired. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Um, I don't know if I went over what this does for the channel. But what this is going to do for the channel is this is my Steam library. I'm done with Roblox. I'm quitting Roblox recording. I'm not recording it anymore. If I record it, it's going to be with Overwatch and it's going to be on. That's the only time. It's to help him with video. But I am completely moving to Steam. I'm completely moving to playing War Thunder with Overwatch, Brick, which is Jamie, Teardown using by myself, BattleBit with Overwatch, Battlefield 6, I have a video coming out on that pretty soon. What else? Content warning, playing with randoms. Insurgency Sandstorm, playing with randoms. Stormworks, playing that with Jamie, even though that game's still really laggy for some reason. Lethal Company, playing that with Overwatch. And that's about it. Phasma with Overwatch. Backseat Driver with Jamie. I might do a video on that because this game was really funny when we played it. COD. COD just basically by myself, unless I play with somebody else. I don't know who else I has accused. Anyway. Yeah, so that's where the future of the channel is going. It's going all towards Steam games, all toward like Call of Duty, all that other kind of stuff. I am completely done recording Roblox. I'm not going to support a platform that basically supports pedophiles. But yeah, that's the end of the video. So if you did enjoy, like, subscribe, click the notification bell and all that other stuff that you do when you watch a video. Do 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 do. Don't know what else to say, so I'm just gonna put filler. Well, anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below. Do you agree with me or do you not? If you don't, explain, because I want to see your point of view. I am not. I was gonna say something that was very political, and then I was against it. I am not like some people where I don't care about your opinion. I care about your opinion. I want to know what you think. Here's what I think. That's stupid. Roblox support pedo. David, you're a pedophile. Anyway. Bada boo.